one of the first keys to learning anything faster, any subject, is to really have a goal. And so when I sit down, I want to ask questions. I want to have a target in mind. A lot of people don't learn something because they just don't know what they're looking for. They don't know when they're going to be successful. And remember this, questions are the answer. Questions stimulate that part of your brain called the reticular activating system, RAS, to get you alert. And then you're like, oh, there's an answer, there's an answer, there's an answer. So first, prime yourself with questions. Now, I would also say, remember this as a reminder, as a quick reminder, that all learning is state dependent, meaning that if you learn something in a bored state, information by itself is forgettable, but information combined with emotion becomes unforgettable, right? So you have to up the emotion. Some people do some jumping jacks or some cartwheels. They do some rebounding. They move their body. They put smile on their faces because you have to up your emotion. Because if you're in a bored, sedated state, the information will not be encoded very strong. The next tip would be to really optimize your external environment. What do I mean by that? Your workspace. Do not work on your bed. The environment that you're learning something in gets encoded with the information and the feelings and the emotion that come with that. Do the best you can to have a dedicated environment so that when you go in that space, then you go into you're in the zone, right? Do the best you can to free yourself from what? Distractions, right? Tell your family that this is your study time. Lock the door, put a sign, close by. Turn off your phone. Right? I put it on airplane mode, or even better yet, put it in your glove compartment of the car, put it in another room, because even if it's there, like even at the dinner table, you feel like you have to kind of check it, right? Out of habit. I set a countdown timer for 30, 45 minutes, and they call this the Pomodoro technique, right? It's after that amount of time, after about like the amount of time of a sitcom, your focus, concentration starts to dip, you start to lose some energy, right? You need to get refreshed. But the reason why I do this is like, hey, I could do some focused activity for 30 to 45 minutes in those intervals, because it's so much better than studying 5 hours straight. Right? When I'm studying, I'll study for that 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, around there, never more than an hour, and I'll take my brain break. And what do I do with my brain break? Just like 3 or 4 things in 5 minutes, right? What I do, I move. Very important, because we're just sitting behind screens all the time. And when your body moves, your brain moves. Number 2, what I'm looking to do is to hydrate. Your brain is mostly water, and just staying hydrated can boost your reaction time, your thinking speed, upwards of 15-30%, so stay hydrated. I like to just go outside and just look off into this distance, or look out a window and just look out in the horizon as far as I could go, because that gives me some depth, right? Because if you're visually fatigued, you're going to be mentally fatigued. So you could do your breathing exercise, your fire breathing, your alpha breathing, your box breathing, right? Something simple. Inhale for 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and then repeat the process. That's the 4 sides of the box. When you start actively retrieving information, pulling information out, it actually helps you to learn it better. Quiz yourself at the end of what you learned. This is a way of forming active retrieval or retrieval practice to help you to really ingrain and test yourself to see if the information is really there.